Alright guys, good morning and happy Monday. It is August 1st. Just like that, another month has come and gone. So, quick pre-market prep video guys, and I'm going to hit the gym here. Your boy is getting married in like 50 days. Right? Gotta get jacked. Ain't nobody taking my woman. But, sorry. The shit you guys gotta deal with. But anyways guys, we'll jump in here. So, looking at the futures here, things are a little bit flat. We gotta wait on a dip, guys, right? The S&Ps, and mind you, I covered all this in yesterday's video. I think for now the bear market is done. I do think the path of least resistance moving forward is going to be to the upside. However, the S&Ps are 1.5% above the hourly 21 EMA. We are 4.5% above the daily 21. So whenever your lower time frames or even your daily chart gets a little bit extended, you got to wait on a dip, guys. So we'll dive in here, we'll take a look at the futures, a couple different setups, and we'll get ready for the week ahead. Alright guys, so the S&P futures down about a third, right? Pretty flat. The QQQ futures pretty flat, and the Russell 2000 down almost 0.5%. So if we jump over here to the SPY, like I mentioned guys, big improvements here from the bulls, right? 2 weeks in a row. We're cleaning up the structure, we're improving even the weekly charts, we're canceling out the big three sell signals, and things are going a little bit bullish here. The S&P's got the 1 hour, 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute big three buy signal. However, we are up here at 2+ ATR on the daily chart. So in terms of where we are right now, we're a good 4.5% above the daily 21 EMA. In other words, guys, the market could literally gap down like 3.5%, 4% this morning. Structure is still pretty good here on a daily chart. I would still look to buy that dip. But then if you look at like a lower time frame, like a 30-minute, a 15-minute, or the hourly here, we're a good almost 2% above the hourly 21. So the bulls have made progress. They squeezed the shorts. However, things got a little bit silly there last week. So I do think potentially, again, like we talked about yesterday, throughout the month of August, maybe all the way up until the next Fed meeting in September, I do think the market could trend higher, but this kind of strength in the short term, not always going to be sustainable. So I don't know where we're going to pull back to, nor do I know if we're going to pull back, but like all things in trading, guys, it's just probabilities. And, 2% above your hourly 21, 4-5% above your daily 21 EMA, the probabilities would suggest at some point we're going to get a dip here. So for those of you with the big three indicator, remember, like we talked about in the class last weekend, we got 2 trades in that bullish playbook. We're looking to get long inside of a squeeze, or we're looking to buy the dip to the 21 EMA. Generally speaking, guys, we can do that on any time frame that has our buy signal. So for the S&Ps, that's the 1 hour, 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute. For the QQQ, it is the 1 hour, 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute. So that's bullish trend structure momentum across, 4 different time frames. Again, really good progress. Gotta wait for a dip here. So if you're super aggressive, maybe you look to buy the dip to the 15-minute 21. My preference is we get a flush maybe to an hourly 21, but just keep in mind, the structure is pretty solid here, all the way down to the daily 21 EMA. Under that daily 21 EMA, then I think we got some problems. Personally, at that point, I'd kind of pump the brakes on the idea of the market trending higher. So I don't have the crystal ball that tells us when we pull back or where we pull back to, but that's a game plan for now, guys. We are looking to buy the dip. And as far as a few other names here, while most of the market is pretty overbought, there are a couple of names hanging out nice and close to that 21 EMA. One of them being Crowd. CRWD. Good structure. Above that daily 21. Daily squeeze. We're a little bit neutral for now. So for those of you in the mastery, for those of you in the options room, all of our trades as of late have had the same theme. You find the stock trading near that daily 21 EMA, then we start getting the lower time frame big three buy signals. That usually can trigger a move up there towards +2 ATR. So Crowd's a little bit neutral, but I'm going to watch this one closely this week. If we can start getting some 15, some 30-minute, maybe an hourly buy signal, I think Crowd could be good for a shot here towards 2 hundo. So I like Crowd, and then also like we mentioned in last night's video, Bitcoin. Not a Bitcoin crypto kind of guy, but some pretty good structure. over here in Bitcoin. So for the futures, they are down about 3%, but the structure holds up pretty good. And admittedly, I'd actually like a dip here. So what I would look to trade as far as Bitcoin goes is BITO, the Bitcoin ETF. And this kind of fits the bill of my reversals checklist, where you're oversold on a weekly chart, then you clean up the daily structure back above that daily 21 EMA. Then if we can get some lower time frame buy signals, ideally as many as possible, that can potentially trigger the push all the way back towards that weekly 21 EMA. So we'll see how today goes. I do like BITO. If we can get a dip a little bit closer to that daily 21, which with the Bitcoin futures down about 3%, we should get a little dip here this morning. I'm thinking some September expiration calls with a stop under that daily 21 EMA and potentially a target of the weekly 21 all the way up around 19 bucks. So I'm liking crowd, guys. I am liking Bitcoin. And then also, like we mentioned in yesterday's video, I do like Tesla here. Now, Tesla's a bit of an asshole, meaning it doesn't like to pull back and give your pal T a nice entry. So Tesla's going to gap up, let's see. Granted, the market opens in like an hour, right? But as of right now, we're going to open up about 15 bucks higher, around 9.05. So if you're long Tesla, awesome. If you're like me and you want to get long Tesla on a dip, we're not getting the dip here just yet. Tesla looks good, right? Daily structure improves. 2 weeks in a row above the weekly 21 EMA. And we got a lot of buy signals here. 2 hour all the way down to the 5 minute. I think Tesla's potentially got a path here for a push towards 1,000 bucks. What I would like to think is somewhere along the way between point A and point B, we might get a flush, we might get a better entry. So I'm waiting to buy the dip in Tesla, waiting to buy the dip in the S&Ps, the QQQs, the Apples, the Amazons, and realistically, guys, you just look to buy the dip in the S&Ps or the QQQ, covers all your bases. But then I'm also going to keep an eye on crowd, because we got a little bit of the checklist lining up here. Daily squeeze, we're above the 21. We need a few more green beans, a couple more buy signals. And then I do think Bitcoin on a dip here today, assuming the dip can hold structure, and this holds structure, as long as we're above that daily 21 EMA, that could be good for some September expiration calls, looking for a push back towards that weekly 21. That's about it, guys. I did the scans this morning, and we got a few good-looking 15-minute, 30-minute squeezes out there, like Wells Fargo, for example. We get a nice 15-minute squeeze with the big 3 buy signal. And keep in mind, guys, anytime my label or the arrow is bright green, that means we got the buy signal, so the trend, structure, momentum criteria lines up, and we got the squeeze. Pretty much it's my favorite trade in the world. So Wells Fargo looks pretty good, and we got a few examples like this. 15-minute, 30-minute squeezes with our buy signal. The issue, if there's an issue, of course, Wells Fargo and pretty much the whole market has kind of already made what I think is the easy move. So even if we're going to take trades based off of a 30-minute, a 15-minute, a 5-minute, always take some context from the daily chart. I'm a big believer the easy move, the higher probability move, is this push from your 21 up here towards +2 ATR on your daily chart. So I like the 15-minute squeeze. It's got my buy signal. I gotta like it. But in terms of probabilities, I much prefer that 15-minute squeeze of the buy signal back here near that daily 21 as opposed to up here at +2. Up here at +2, there's a growing probability old Wells Fargo going to pull on back to that daily 21. So these lower time frame combos, squeeze plus a buy signal, they are a little bit more likely to fail the further away we are from that daily 21. But there you have it, guys. Short and sweet, right to the point. The bulls have made some great progress the last 2 weeks. I happen to think, even though the world is seemingly as bearish as possible, I think the bear market's done for now. I think maybe all the way up until the Fed meeting in September, the path of least resistance could be to the upside, but I'll be damned if you catch me out here chasing. There's a couple of things in life I'll chase, guys, not an entry. So I'm waiting on a dip. Until I get that dip, I'm going to be a good boy and behave, and I wish you all the best of luck this week. So hopefully you guys found this helpful. I'll be live on Wednesday morning, 8:45 a.m. Eastern, 7:45 a.m. Central, and we'll do some pre-market prep together. Run the scans, look at a few charts, but Until then, guys, trade safe, be patient, and I'll talk to y'all soon.